Hey there, it's Dr. B. I'm here with Pink, and I want to talk today about a completely different topic, which is whether or not your mental and emotional health is getting better or improving because of the services that you're getting. And I don't want to, and I'm not going to talk negatively, I guess, about the services, because it's very obvious to me when I read so many of the posts and so many of the groups, just even here on Facebook, and the questions people are asking. It's very obvious to me that the services that people are getting aren't complete and aren't serving them in the way that I believe they should be served. But again, that's my personal opinion. And I know that we call it mental health, but yet everything is about what's wrong, not what's right, not about strengths, not even about our wellness, even though we're calling it mental health, because it's really mental illness. And we're talking about diagnoses and illnesses and disorders and conditions and labels and all of these things of what's wrong. And then to make matters worse, again, in my opinion, what makes matters worse is these labels become identities. And instead of someone suffering with depression, which is a treatable condition, I did a research study for 5 years that showed me that was true and what it takes, and I learned a lot. And so instead of it's something that's going on for a period of time limited, it can be a lifetime, and it can become an identity. It can become that someone is a depressed person, and then they act like a depressed person, and they live like a depressed person, and it becomes an identity or a way of life, and becomes habituated, and this is who they become, this is who they are. But it isn't, because underneath is that precious child of the universe, that golden Buddha that's within each and every one of us. And there's no difference whether I would be talking about services for depression, for anxiety, for trauma, for ADHD, for executive function. We're just not being served, in my opinion, about health, about our strengths, about what's right, about what we can leverage, about what is the power that we, as the people that seek these services, what is the power and the strength that we have of being able to make changes, of being able to improve the condition or the state of our life by doing certain things ourselves. And that's what I want to talk mostly about today, rather than the profession, rather than the services, rather than the people who provide the services, because there are some very good people out there who do. And there are many that would appear to not, based on the things that I see posted and what people are experiencing. So I want to switch gears here, and I want to talk about, I'll call it a tip, but it's something that you can do if it's something you choose to do, of course, or consider doing, and maybe even work in therapy or work with whoever it is that you might be working with on this, which is about facts and about your story. Because years ago, I learned, and I continue to learn even more deeply how this is so true. Years ago, I learned that we're not our story. Whatever the story is that's in my head that I repeat to myself every single day that tells me who I am, how I am, what I do, what I can't do, what I'm capable of, and what my life's gonna be, or things like, who the heck do I think I am, and what makes me think that I can do this, and on and on and on. this like endless loop script of me talking to me, the story. The story just plays and plays and plays. And sometimes it's a very, very old story that needs updating, that needs changing. Because, first of all, the story's made up for all of us. We spin a story out of the facts, and the facts remain the same. I'm not saying to be delusional here and lie to yourself and say, oh, those facts didn't happen, those incidents didn't happen. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is facts are facts, and it's the meaning that we put to those facts that either empowers us or can take us down. It either lifts us up and allows us to feel stronger, to draw on our strengths, to move forward, to overcome things, or the story informs us that we're broken, defective, and we just need to fall down because this is our fate. And I just don't buy it, because it's a story. It's a story that I made up. It's a story that you all made up. It's a story that we made up out of the facts, but mostly out of the meaning that we gave the facts. And you know, it's like, I guess the old story of there's an accident and 10 people see the accident, and then 10 people relay the story of the accident. And let's say that the story that 10 people relay about the accident, those stories are 10 different stories. They're all different, but the facts are the same. What happened is the same. But what happened and why there's 10 different stories is there's 10 different eyes, 10 different minds, 10 different sets of meanings, 10 different sets of interpretations, spinning a story and deleting certain pieces of information or facts and globalizing others, and on and on and on until a story is created by each of those 10 people, and for them that's reality and the truth. And we forget that we create the story and we create the meaning. We are the meaning makers of our life. We are the ones who write the story and write the script. And I know from my personal experience in recovery, for example, the facts are the facts, but the story, when I first went into recovery over 30 years ago, that story was me as a victim. And the facts, for all the years of recovery and sobriety, the facts, the actual facts, haven't changed. They haven't changed. But yet the story evolved as I got clean and sober, as my mind cleared, as things became more, clear to me, as I assigned different meanings, because I could, to the events of my life and the facts of my life, and the story continued to evolve and change. And the story today, 30 years plus later, isn't the story of a victim at all. Not at all. Because in reality, I wasn't a victim. I was a participant in the story of my life as it unfolded. I wasn't a victim. Does that mean that things didn't happen where I might have been victimized? No, I'm not saying that. Because yes, there were things in which that did occur in my past. But do I label myself a victim? No. Do I live with a victim identity, which then is going to attract more victimization because that is who I would claim myself to be, and I know what that is? No. So what I'm saying is the facts are the facts. And as an experiment, even if you don't believe me, and I'm not saying you have to believe me because this is my opinion that I'm sharing with you, it's my experience, it's my journey, it's what I've seen with other people, it's the transformation that I have seen in my life and the lives of other people that I work with, that when we take the facts and we write half a dozen, 6 alternative narratives, alternative stories, what are the possibilities of 6 other stories, 6 other meanings, other than the meaning I gave the original story? And just do it as an experiment. Just do it as an exercise. See what you come up with. And write different kinds of stories, different kinds of narratives, ones that are exciting, ones that are empowering, using the same facts, not changing the facts, because the facts are the facts, but the meaning and the story changes depending on how you put together the facts, what meaning you give to the facts, how you weigh in on everything. You are the creator here of the story, and I will tell you, it is absolutely amazing when I listen to students of mine or clients of mine who have done this exercise and taken the facts and spin alternative stories with different meaning, same facts, but a half a dozen different stories, different possibilities of, well, the story could have been this, and the story could have been this, and the story could have been this, depending on the meaning that I give to the facts. And we come up with 6 different stories. And then we look for, I'm going to say, the best story. The best story in this case being the best story for you, to empower you, to give you hope, to give you strength, to help you to understand that you're not broken. It's not a matter of needing to fix yourself or be fixed. It is a matter of washing off all the stuff from the past, finding, getting, developing the tools and the strategies that you need that you may be missing, washing everything else off that doesn't serve you, and being selective about what does. Your strengths serve you. Your heart serves you. Your passion serves you. There's a lot of good in each and every one of you, in all of us, that serves us. And if, coming back to today's topic about mental health, if we want to look for mental health and we want our own mental health and well-being, let's look at our stories that keep us sick. Let's look at the meaning that we give to things, to the facts, to the events that keep us sick, that keep us ruminating in an illness model instead of a wellness model, instead of a health model, so that we can rise up and be our best selves and live our best selves, but live our best lives, all of us, instead of being saddled with a sick story that keeps us down or sick or both. So, kind of a heavy topic today, but it's what was on my mind. I wanted to share. I'd really love reading some of the comments below the video when I process the video in just a minute. Maybe share about your story, your facts, alternative stories that you could spin, questions if you need more information about how to spin an alternative story. Whatever I can do to serve you and help you with this that I shared with you today, I would be honored to do so, because each and every one of us deserves a healthy story, one that's going to help us to develop and move forward in a good way for all the days of our lives. So that's what I got for you. I look forward to seeing what you post below. You all have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.